Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member McGovern. I submit one amendment today, 159, protecting rural Americans from SNAP cuts. Every day, millions of Americans go to bed hungry. For 14 straight years, the United States has led the developed world in food insecurity. In 2023, over 1 in 4 Americans reported struggling to afford food. Think about that. In the richest nation on earth, 85 million people are missing meals. And where is this pain felt most deeply? Rural America, small towns, farming communities, places like Hawaii's 2nd District, where food is grown, but life is hard. 87% of the counties with the highest food insecurity are rural. Families face fewer job opportunities, fewer doctors, fewer grocery stores, and now even fewer lifelines. And Republicans want to make it worse. This isn't just a bad bill. It's a big bad bill. It's a big ugly bill, a brutal assault on rural families, working parents, seniors, kids. The GOP plan is to slash $313 billion from SNAP, gut Medicaid, rip lifelines out of the hands of people just trying to survive, and hand billions in tax breaks to the ultra-wealthy. All this as part of the GOP tax scam 2.0, a reckless giveaway to billionaires that will add $5 trillion to our national debt. $5 trillion in tax breaks for the rich, paid for by taking food off tables and putting health care out of reach for working Americans. This isn't fiscal policy. It's moral failure. It's the wealthiest 10% cashing in at the expense of the poorest, most vulnerable, hardworking people who labor every day to hold on to life in communities too often forgotten. Let me tell you about Anna, a constituent of mine from the rural west side of Oahu. She and her husband run a small family business. Last year, just $200 more in monthly sales pushed them over the limit for SNAP. $200. That tiny increase cost their children meals. Anna told me she had to measure every scoop of rice at dinner. She couldn't say yes when her youngest child asked for a second helping of food. She sent her kids to school hungry. Months later, after their sales dropped again, Anna reapplied. They were approved, and she cried. But now Anna and her husband wonder every day, should we sell our home? Should we leave our community? That's the America we're creating, where a family's survival depends on a spreadsheet and, sadly, declining sales. Anna isn't a cheat. She isn't lazy. She's not gaming the system. She is the system, the engine and the heart of rural America, working, sacrificing, raising kids, building a future, and yet this bill punishes her. SNAP works. It feeds families and fuels local economies. Every SNAP dollar we know generates over $1.50 in economic activity. It supports farmers, grocers, small-town businesses. It breaks cycles of poverty, and Medicaid keeps rural hospitals open, keeps parents and kids healthy. It keeps people alive. Cutting these programs isn't just cruel, it's anti-American. But here's the truth. The cruelty is the point, because this bill is about priorities. The GOP's priorities is clear. Cater to the billionaires, crush the working families, and let's call it policy. They're ready to hand out massive tax breaks to the wealthiest Americans while robbing the rest of the country of food and care. That's not a budget. That's a betrayal. So yes, this bill will devastate rural America. It will mean more hunger, more closed clinics, more families like Anna's forced to consider giving up their homes, their communities, their dignity, so that billionaires can buy a third yacht and pay even less in taxes. But we have a choice. We can do the right thing. We can stand with the families who work hard and ask only for a fair shot. We can vote for policies that invest in people, not punish them. We can reject the GOP tax scam. We can protect SNAP. We can defend Medicaid. And we can refuse to balance budgets on the backs of people who can least afford it. This amendment is our choice. If you are confident rural America will not see SNAP cuts or decreased benefits, as the chair of the Agriculture Committee has claimed, then this amendment will do no harm. Vote yes. But if you have a concern, and quite frankly, a conscience, vote yes. Reject this big bad bill. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.